Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our podcast. It's called Should I Watch
Hello, fine people.
Hello, fine people, ladies and gents, in your finery attending the show this afternoon. Welcome to Should I Watch That? I am Janet.
And I'm Rachel.
Rachel. Welcome, Rachel.
Rachel.
Welcome, Janet.
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome, Jan. Sorry, I should have
I
said
welcome
that.
myself.
That was my cue.
If you're not going to
Yeah.
welcome me, I'll welcome my damn
Whoops.
self. Thank you very much. No.
Yeah. My bad.
All right. So, on this episode, we are going to be reviewing a somewhat popular movie, I think, that has been out in the theater for a while. It's now on Amazon. It's called Weapons.
Yep.
Rachel, would you like to summarize the movie for us?
I would love to give a synopsis of Weapons released in 2025. And ChatGPT tells me, in a quiet Pennsylvania town, 17 children vanish simultaneously at 2:17 a.m., leaving behind one boy who remains. As panicked parents, a grieving teacher, and investigators scramble for answers, the mystery unravels into something darker. An aging witch named Gladys, who uses ritual magic and enchantments to lure the children away. The film blends communal trauma, paranoia, and supernatural horror as the town confronts grief, suspicion, oh God, bitchin', and the terrifying, yeah, I don't know what happened, and the terrifying force behind the disappearances. And some of the main cast are Josh Brolin, Julia Garner, Alden Ehrenreich, Carrie Christopher, Benedict Wong, Amy Madigan, etc.
Okay, so let's...
And the director was Zach Kreger. Go ahead.
So let's start with Julia Garner. If you are anyone
She's great.
who has watched Ozark, which was, in my humble and vocal opinion, one of the best TV series in the history of television.
It was a great series.
Brilliant. And she was Ruth Langmore in that series, if you don't know. She's done a few other things lately. She did Wolfman and some show about some chick named Anna. I can't remember. Anyway, that was a while back. But she's just loved her as Ruth Langmore. She was the best. And I would like to shout out to the actress Amy Madigan, who played Gladys the Crazy Witchy Aunt. I spent probably 15 minutes trying to figure out where I'd seen her before, because even with all the wrinkles and the weird and the baldness and the wig and all this stuff, and then it finally hit me. I also am a huge fan of Criminal Minds. So let me take you back to 2007. She played the character named Jane, who fell in love with a serial killer. And she was in a few episodes of Criminal Minds. Minds. More than one, not just one Criminal Mind. Anyway, so
Two.
You know that you have that moment where you're like, oh my God, where have I seen her? Where
Two
have I
or
seen
more.
her? Yeah. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm going to be honest with you. In 2007, I had just graduated from college. I was broke and did not have cable, so I was watching lots of DVDs. So Criminal Minds was not one of them.
Okay.
But just to give you a little backstory on 2007, Amy Madigan, though, she played the witch in the movie very well.
Oh my God.
I guess we should say we're going to give a few spoilers, but we'll try not to give big spoilers. But I guess that is maybe the biggest spoiler, is that there is a witch that is doing things. So,
and I spent, until she showed up, I couldn't figure out what was going on. And for me, like, that's a sign of a pretty decent movie if I'm trying to figure it out, if it's not blatantly obvious. So yeah, I appreciated that about the movie, that I was curious and wondering until she showed up and started doing weird stuff.
I will say that that is something that they did very well in the movie. They were able to build the suspense
Hmm.
gradually. So you didn't know what was going on right away.
Right.
Right. So I thought that there was really a good balance between the scary stuff and like, oh, what if this really happened?
Hmm. Right.
Um, I also, I don't know. Is there a scene that really stood out to you that you want to talk about?
Yes. And
Okay, which one?
so I don't know. I don't guess it's a spoiler necessarily, but the witch is kind of puts people under her spell at various points in the
Mm-hmm.
movie. And when
Mm-hmm.
you're under her spell, she can make you do things that you wouldn't normally do. And
Right.
there is a scene when the parents of one of the children are sitting at the dining room table, basically unable to move.
Okay. Yes, it's the only boy that did not go missing.
Right. Alex.
So he ends up being the linchpin in
Mhm.
kind of the whole scheme. But go ahead. I just wanted to
So,
lay that groundwork
yeah,
before you continue. Go
thank
ahead.
you.
I'll shut up.
So he's trying to, Mom, Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing? And witchy Aunt Gladys does her little spell thing with the little branch off a weird ass potted plant that she's carrying around. Anyway, they pick
Mm-hmm.
up forks, and each of the parents proceeds to stab themselves randomly in the face with a fork.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, while the little boy is
Mm-hmm.
watching, and while Janet is watching. Janet was very
Yes.
upset at this scene. This really bothered
I did
me.
not like
I
it.
did not like that scene.
Yes.
And then finally, the little boy's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I'll do whatever you want. And it stops. Holy crap. I had never seen such a
Mm-hmm.
thing, nor would I have thought to do such a thing. So
No.
kudos to whoever put that scene in there. Like, ugh, but impressive at the same time.
It was very gross. There was a lot of body horror in this
Mm-hmm.
movie,
Agree.
which we've talked about when we talked about the movie together.
Mm-hmm.
And so they really went hardcore with some of it. And I will admit that I watched this on a flight. Uh so apologies to anyone that sat around me and like saw some of those gory scenes and did not want to. I tried to like shield my iPad from other eyes, but yeah, there was definitely some gore that went on. And it was gross.
What- it-
Including the face stabbing scene. I
oh my
did not like
God.
that one
That
bit.
was bad.
And I guess it's the parent in me. I wonder how much of that scene was the little boy actor actually seeing? Like, how do they protect these children actors in these types of movies?
Mm-hmm.
Because my goodness gracious, my daughter is 8 and she has a hard time understanding reality from fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Even with cartoon movies, sometimes she asks questions about how do they do that? I'm like, they're a cartoon.
Yeah.
they're,
It's not real.
it's not real. So that was brought up for me. I know that that's kind of a interesting take, but my
No,
goodness.
I think it's a
Because
good point because sometimes you'll see like the child, like there's a scene where the child sneaks into Aunt Gladys's room, and what he
yeah,
sees there is going to be horrific.
terrifying.
But
Yeah.
they show you what he sees, and then they show his face, but you don't really see him in the same scene looking at creepy Aunt Gladys, right? So you feel like the
Right.
kid's maybe not seeing anything, and he's acting, yay. But yeah, when they're in the same scene together,
Hopefully.
hopefully. But yeah, is this kid watching somebody in the face?
That's what I mean. Like, please tell me that this is really good editing and that poor child did not watch actors stab themselves in the face with a fork.
The thing
That's where my mind went to.
they run at the end of the movie is that no animals were harmed in the making of the movie. Like, I think I
Yeah,
kind of want one for kids. Like, the kids were protected from all the
agreed.
horrible stuff, and they never saw anything bad. So,
I I don't think so because the like ending scene with the witch and the children,
hmm that
they had to film that.
that
That
was
was something. We won't give it away,
no,
you
because
all listeners,
that was
but
a
it
lot.
was a lot.
It was a lot.
And it was gross. So, I mean, ugh. I was like,
Yeah, I know.
I know my listeners can't see my face, but I was like, like ready to barf on that scene. That was really
Did you
gross.
make that noise on the
But
plane with people beside you while you watched it?
no,
Okay.
no, I tried to be as quiet as I could, but some of the scenes I was like,
Yes.
you know,
There were several like
I
that
ch-
where all of a sudden there's a face where
mhm.
you weren't expecting a face to be, or a
Yeah.
face in the
Mhm.
distance, and when you get closer to the face was
Mhm.
very freaky and scary looking. So prepare
Yeah.
yourselves for that.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that they did well with like jump scares and it being creepy and weird and gross.
hmm
I thought that was cool, but I, once it was revealed that it was a witch doing all of these things, and I think I've said this on a previous episode,
hmm
horror movies love to villainize witches.
hmm
And I'm like, I've never met a bad witch. You guys are extrapolating. All the witches I know are very wonderful, myself included. So it's like, can y'all put a good witch in a movie? And I'm not talking like the Wicked type of witch because she ends up being a villain too, right? I'm talking like
Like Glenda, the Good
all these
Witch.
horror movies.
Was it Glenda from The Wizard of
Well,
Oz? I don't know.
yes, but Glenda's actually a villain too.
Oh,
She
okay.
turns on her best friend. So the Wicked Witch of the West is actually the good guy in that whole
Oh, it's been a
franchise.
while since I saw it. But you're.
I watched Wicked on a flight recently too. That's the only
Oh,
reason I know.
gotcha.
Um yeah, she betrays her best Glenda betrays her best friend. Anyways, Elphaba, that's her
Mm,
name. Anyways, we're not getting into that. So, anyways, that was the part of this movie that kind of lost me. All right,
mm-hmm.
because they also didn't really explain like so the witch shows up at this family's
Mm-hmm.
house, okay? And they try to say that she's an auntie of the mom.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure that there was actually a family connection.
They
I'm kind of wondering if she was just like looking for a victim kind of thing,
right, and
the
she
witch.
convinced them with her witchiness somehow that she was related to them.
But
I don't. I don't
yes.
remember how they
So they would take her
introduced.
in.
Yeah, I don't remember how they introduced her. But I like
Well,
I don't remember the details of that
like
conversation between the parents.
the parents at one point were talking to each other the man was like, "Well, we haven't seen her since the wedding," which
Ah.
since the boy is in grade school would have been years ago. So but that also kind of made me think, well, that maybe they wouldn't recognize this person if
Mm-hmm.
it was not the person they thought it was. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wonder I kind of wondered if there was actually a relationship there or if it was a fake relationship by the witch's design. But anyways,
Anyway.
so what I gathered from what the witch was doing was she's very old, right? She's sick, air quotes
Mm-hmm.
around sick. Um and it seemed like she's doing all of this to like suck the life out of people.
It's funny you say that because actually made a similar note that what the purpose of whatever she was doing, she was trying to heal herself
Yeah,
because
something like that.
she had this creepy ass bright red orange wig that she wore, and the
Yes.
bangs were so way too short. Don't cut your bangs too short, people. If you're thinking about
Unless it's the style you're going for.
unless
There is a style that it looks good.
unless you're doing it on purpose. Um, but then she took the wig off and she was almost bald with these weird little
Mhm.
braids and what was left of her hair. Like she made me look like something evil had undergone a year of chemotherapy or something. Like she looked that
Yeah.
kind of withered and drawn and it, so that was my assumption that whatever she was doing was giving her strength to
Yes.
live, to continue to live and keep going. I don't know.
That's what I assumed too, and they didn't really explain it, but I felt like she was maybe a much older being,
Mhm.
right? And she had to prey upon other people in order to make herself more youthful.
Yes.
That's what I took from it. And she said at one point to the little boy, she was like, your parents haven't helped me as much as I thought. And that's when she asked the boy to bring his classmates to her.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what brings us all full circle. And he goes to school and gets all their little cards. She needs something from each of them. And I'm spoiling things, but that's okay. Um, and then that's why they all run off in a very creepy way. And, but I guess once they're to her, is she feeding off of the kids?
That's that's the only
Like,
thing I could come up
what's
with.
the,
Yeah, that she's
but,
taking their energy to keep herself alive and functioning or something.
but, but at the end, they were fine mostly. So what, like you would think if you're draining the life from someone that
Mhm.
they would be aging,
True.
right?
Yeah.
Or they would be getting sick or something, but that didn't happen. So that was why I was like, I didn't really understand that connection that they
Mhm.
were trying to make. And then, um, what part was I going to say? And we're just giving spoilers galore. Okay. Stop now if you don't want any spoilers, but
Here we are.
I was very perplexed. I was very perplexed by some of the themes. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, like the whole theme of weapons, right? The name of the movie was that she could control a person so much that she could use them as an air quote weapon.
Mhm.
Uh which was true because she would do her little spell and then a person would go attack somebody else. Okay, fine. But that only happened like a couple times, so I'm like what are we doing here? Are we sucking the life out of people
Uh-huh.
or are we attacking people? Like what is all of this just to protect herself? Like what is the point
Right.
of all of this? Is my question and my takeaway from really the whole thing was like, okay, they brought in all these different elements and I struggled to understand what the final purpose was, to be honest.
So what I interpreted was that she was using the children to sustain her in one way or another, however she was doing it, without permanently damaging them. Like maybe you take a sip of water instead of a gulp of water when you only have one bottle left. I don't know. And everything everything else she was doing, like weaponizing the other people,
Mhm.
was to protect herself from being discovered. So
Oh,
so like the
okay.
principal was pushing like, well, we really need to talk to Alex's parents about blah blah blah. And
Right.
so she does something to the principal. And then the teacher had been knocking on the door trying to talk to the Alex and she tries to do something to
Yeah.
the teacher. So I that was my interpretation that she could weaponize someone, but she was doing it to keep them away from her to so she could keep doing whatever she was doing.
Yeah.
But it's never
Yeah.
whatever she was doing to the kids is never completely explained. So,
Yeah, that's what I struggled with. I was like, okay, so all these kids are I don't know.
Yeah.
And the little creepy child voice who starts in the beginning as the narrator and at the end
Mhm.
are also the narrator.
Who was that?
That little creepy, I don't know,
I don't know who it was.
a creepy child.
Yeah, like
Um, at the end, so they kind of start the movie off with a creepy child voice narrator, like, this is the story of baby, baby, baby. And then at the end, the creepy child narrator is like, some of the kids never spoke again. Some recovered and started to speak, And I was like, okay. So were they so psychologically traumatized by being held captive, or was it some part of the enchantment? Or like they just left a lot of cards on the table
mhm.
that I feel like they should have wrapped up a little bit better. Like, please explain to me why these things happen,
I
right?
think it was on purpose. I don't I think it was sort of left up to you as to what you think happened. I don't think they ever really wanted to tell us or
Ugh,
planned to tell us.
whatever. Rude.
Dear director, whatever.
Yeah, excuse me, person that wrote this movie. Can you please like put a little bit more oomph
A
into
little
it?
content.
I mean, I yeah, we needed more context, I think. I think that it would have been more successful of a movie if they had like given a little bit more on the ritual side, the enchantment side,
Mhm.
the witch side of things. They kind of just left it all out there. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Right. Well, and
what just happened? Like, go ahead.
no, well, her potted plant, like she was using sticks and stems and whatever from this weird ass blackish looking plant that she
Plant.
carried around. I'm like, well, after
Hmm.
a while, aren't you going to run out of sticks? Because the plant didn't look like it was growing very
Right.
well. I'm like, does your magic end if you use all the sticks? Does the plant grow back? I like plants. I had questions.
Yes.
I don't know. Sue me. Yeah.
Same. Same. And was the plant like somehow connected to her life force?
Or
I don't
was it just
know.
an
This is
enchanted plant
where,
that she picked up on
yeah,
Amazon? I don't like was
right.
I don't know.
So, Janet, that kind of leads me to honestly, my conclusion is I thought that the movie for the first two thirds was good.
Mhm.
I thought it was suspenseful. I was trying to figure out what was going on. And then it was like, once you realized what they were trying to tell you was happening, I was like, what? What is this? Like, it was so out of left field. And like, I feel like they probably could have done a better job of explaining the witch and explaining the tree and explain. I feel like they just left it so out there that by the end I was like, what the fuck am I watching? It started out so strong, and then the end I was like, okay, that was dumb. Okay, should I watch that? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. By the end, I was like, what? Like, that was so stupid.
so one thing I did enjoy, well, maybe not enjoy, I thought was well done, was the way they told the movie from the perspective of different people at different times. So it
Yeah.
wasn't a continuous story where you see what's happening with all the characters all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of interesting because you'll see a scene and you're like,
Yeah.
"What the hell is happening?" And then it'll be like
Yeah.
from Bob's point of view or something, and then you see why Bob did what he did. I don't know, his name
Yeah.
wasn't Bob, I just made that up. Um,
No, I know what you mean.
but if I don't know if you noticed, but some of the things that were said in the scene under one person's point of view were different than what happened in scenes from somebody else's point of view. And don't ask me which specific scenes there were, but there were the same situation from two different perspectives was told a little bit differently. And not that it impacted the movie, but it just made me think, you know, if I'm ever called on to be an eyewitness to a crime or something, can I even trust myself?
Yeah.
Right? Because eyewitness
Mm-hmm.
testimony I mean, I guess it's easy to
is
find, but it's
biased.
incredibly biased.
Yeah,
So we remember what we want to
incredibly.
remember. I don't know, but that was
See,
interesting.
Janet, I don't remember that point from this movie, but I think you and I both were watching the show
Hmm.
The Girlfriend simultaneously, and that show definitely has the differing
Hmm.
viewpoints. Are you getting them
Oh
mixed
my
up?
God.
Because I don't remember that. I don't remember that from Weapons.
Am I getting them confused?
Maybe because The Girlfriend, they definitely
Yeah.
you see a big difference in how they perceive different events. I don't remember
Oh
that
my
from
God.
Weapons. Girl, you done
Oh
messed
my
up.
goodness. Maybe I did. Oh, this is
Or
embarrassing.
maybe no, no, no,
Oh,
you shouldn't be embarrassed. Or
huh.
maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention to see those differences.
All right. Well, if anybody saw what I thought I saw, see, this just goes perfectly to eyewitness. I watched the movie, but I
Mhm.
remembered from some, maybe I remember. Email us, let us know that I'm nuts and I need to
Yeah.
focus more when I watch something. Um,
You are not nuts.
I mean, a little bit. So I have
Mildly. We're both mildly. Go ahead.
diagnosed as mildly weird. Um, the other
Yeah.
thing, when you see the kids running, why are their arms out like
Yeah.
that? Because they look, like when you're a kid, you're like, I'm an
It's
airplane, and your arms are out to your sides, but
yes.
they're all running like that.
Yes.
I don't know
I
why.
think that was just meant to be creepy.
It's creepier than kids using their arms like they're doing the 50-yard dash or something. So,
Yeah, it's just meant to be a little bit weird.
hmm.
Um, but hey, Rachel, would you watch that? Should I watch that? My answer is no. Janet, I'm answering my own question. Janet, what do you think? Should the audience watch that?
dear list,
Tell
dear
us.
listener, we've reached the point in the conversation where Rachel is bored. Um,
Yes!
she,
How did you
she
know?
is tired of talking about this movie that she would never watch again. Um,
That's so true.
so, well, yes, I say watch it. I thought it was good. Um, but to your earlier point where you're like, explain this to me. This is stupid. What does this mean? Tell me more.
Yeah.
I too am a very clinical, scientifically minded, show me facts and evidence, prove it to me kind of person. However,
Yeah.
in some situations, I like it like this, kind of open, because it makes me think harder. If you just lay it out in front of me and
Barf.
be like, "This is where the plant came from. Amazon was having a like Black Friday sale." No, no. Like I need to. It makes me think more and makes me wonder and develop my own hypotheses about what might have happened.
Oh my
Hmm.
goodness.
I
Well,
just, I
no,
just
I
went there.
agree with Janet. I'm the same. I agree with that. However, I feel like they left too many variables.
Ah, okay.
That's my opinion, is that they just left too many things kind of willy nilly out in the open. And I was like, how do I even? Sure, I can sit here and hypothesize for ages, but you could have at least better explained one of these things. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true. Yeah.
That was my point. Is like they did so well for most of the movie, and then the end was like all jumbled and blah blah blah, and you're like, what the like what happened? Excuse me, like. The whole movie they go through this, and then at the end there's like boom boom boom, like here's all these revelations, and no, like I don't know.
Hmm.
It just felt very thrown together at the end for me. And I wish they had done the ending a little bit better. The
Yeah.
last third of the movie, I wish that they had, explained one of these things
Hmm.
a little bit better. Do you
Yes.
know what I mean? Just
Yes.
so, yes, I love to ponder things, but there were too many things. I was like, okay, come on.
A preponderance.
That was
A preponderance of pondering.
lots. Too many preponderances. I have enough to worry about in my life. Can you explain one of these things to me, please?
Well, and
In this fantasy
I think
world.
the most important question that it all comes down to is who told her that wig looked good? Because she should not have been
Wait,
wearing the
oh, the red one?
Gladys. I don't know who told her it
That
looked good.
was
No.
Gladys. It was meant to be creepy, and her makeup was weird and creepy.
Yeah.
She like had the overlined red lips that was like smeared into her wrinkled skin, and she looked freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think that the characters were good and stuff, but I just felt like the ending they could have done better.
Mhm.
That's my opinion.
All right. So I think we've taken this horse and beaten it to death, as they say.
We have.
All right. So that's a no from Rachel, a yes from Janet.
Well, it's a maybe from Rachel.
It's a
I
maybe.
mean, I was
It's a light no.
I mean, it's a light no. It's like, I mean, whatever. I don't have a strong opinion towards no, but I do not have a strong opinion towards yes. So I'm like in the middle, leaning no.
Okay. Understood. Thank you. Thank you for your time
You're
today.
welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you attending. You all looked beautiful today. We appreciate you getting dressed up for us.
This is your sermon.
Go embrace
your sermon from the podcast on the Mount.
Go embrace your weirdness and you know, rent it on Amazon.
We'll see you next time.
Watch it. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Or wait till it's free.
Or wait till it's free. Maybe that's a better one. All right. We'll talk to you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
This episode was produced by Ryan Wyrick.
Follow us on Instagram at Should I Watch That 25 and on Facebook at Should I Watch That.
Email us at shouldIwatchthat25@gmail.com.
Like, follow, and review wherever you listen to us.
Or wherever you cast your pods. Thanks.
Thank you.